Hi guys, welcome back.
Nice.
Yeah, I know,
Good
right?
shit. You did it.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Peas in a Podcast.
Yes, welcome. Excuse me.
He just flatulated out of his mouth.
Yes, I did.
I'm your host, Josh, here with my co-host, Burpee McBurp.
Yes.
Actually, Burpee Applebaum.
I was going to try to burp in the mic, but you said that. It got the burp trapped in my throat, and I coughed.
Oh, God. I'm
my
killing my co-host in the first minute of the episode.
Wait, if one of us dies mid-recording, do we still upload that episode? Like, does the other person have permission to still upload that episode? It's the final episode.
Yeah.
Unless, do you want... Let's say you die mid-recording.
The
Because you'll die before I do.
Everything will be in it. The 911 call.
Oh.
The cops.
I'll carry the mic out like I'm a
The
reporter.
whole thing will be, and then as soon as everybody leaves, and we're like, the other person's by themselves, just like, well,
that does it for this episode.
that does it for this episode.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week, and then there is no
Ball
next,
Z.
and then there is no next week.
Yeah. Well, no, I was actually gonna ask if one of us die. Well, when you die, because you'll die before me. When you die, do you want me to find someone else? I don't think I could do it with anyone else.
No.
Yeah, I can't do it with anyone.
Why? No, that shouldn't even be a question.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, we should have a will for the company.
I prefer Martin, actually. My name's Josh. You're Sean.
What are we talking about this week?
We're talking about theories and predictions for Avengers Doomsday.
Oh my God.
Because obviously Doomsday comes first before Secret Wars.
Yes.
So we're gonna dive in.
We'll probably talk a little bit about Secret Wars.
Probably. But yeah, we're just going to dive right into the theories we got.
Alrighty. Yeah, I've got some stuff written down. I got some questions that I want to ask you.
All right. Well, you want to start us off then?
I can. Do you want me to start with questions, or do you? I have one big question for the end.
Okay.
That we're gonna lead into.
All right.
But yeah, so.
All right. Yeah.
You start. What do you want to? You start off. He just showed me his empty notepad.
Why don't you start and then I'll start?
Oh,
Because
okay.
if you start, then I'll start thinking of other things.
Okay. All right. Let's just start with Doom, right? So.
Sydney Doom.
Yeah. Sydney Doom. No. So. I've said how I want Doom to be on the podcast before. I literally said it last week. How do you want Doom to be portrayed? Do you want it to be super comic accurate, a different take?
I want it to be comic accurate, but I don't want it to be exact.
Okay.
Like, as somebody who enjoyed the Doom from the 2005 movie, even though it was drastically different.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, and a lot of people say this, and I kind of agree with it, they really made that Doom more like Norman Osborn from the Spider-Man movies. Mm-hmm. And that's why people didn't like it, because it just wasn't how Doom is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, but it would be nice if they made him more comic accurate like they should.
Yeah. I know you've said previously on the podcast you want him to have the accent.
Oh, please, dear God, have the accent.
I think he should, or at least have, like, subtleties.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but Julie McMahon, who played Doom in 2005.
You did tell me this.
I did tell you this?
Yeah, you said
so
it on
for
the
anybody
podcast.
who doesn't know this, he voiced Doom in an episode of Robot Chicken. They did a little sketch about Marvel and the Avengers and the Fantastic Four, and Doom was in it. Mm-hmm. Julie McMahon provided the voice, and he did the accent. He actually did the accent, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a like 2-second Robot Chicken video because
and it was like a satirical take.
Yeah, but still, it added to it.
Yeah.
If he had done that in the 2005 movie, it probably would have made him way better.
Probably.
He would have still been the Norman Osborn, but with a Latvian accent.
Well, because they tried to do it in the 2014 Fantastic Four movie.
Did
but
they?
No, but it wasn't a Latvian accent.
Oh.
He just had like this weird accent that kind of went in and out of American accent and like some weird Russian or German type of accent.
Oh, I think it's because Toby Kebbell is British.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's that good at doing an American accent.
Yeah,
So
that might also be
That
it.
might have been why.
Might
it's
also
like
be
Charlie Hunnam in Sons of Anarchy. I mean, he slipped into a British accent several times throughout that show. Like, there were points where he was like talking like an American, and then you would hear like a British, like you would hear him say something that sounded British, and you're like, oh, he slipped up again.
He slipped up again. No,
But
okay.
I would love to have a comic accurate Doom, but don't make him exact.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel has been doing that a lot, where they have comic characters in it, and they're mostly comic accurate. They're slightly different.
Yeah.
Like, for example, in Brave New World with the leader.
Yes.
You know, normally his head is like
super tall,
but he still has a full head of hair. And
Yeah.
In this, they decided to go full on body horror and just have his brain like ready to explode out of his head.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that.
Yeah, it was nice. It made it more realistic.
It made it more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So, to strive away from comic accuracy a little bit to make it look and seem more realistic is fine with me.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, if we can get as close to a comic accurate Doom as possible, but have it slightly more realistic, like the movies are doing, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
To me.
And I don't know, like, yeah, I know the big thing is they got RDJ to play Doom, but Doom always has that mask on. I kind of think it would be funny if everyone was like, oh, they got RDJ to be Doom. It's gonna be weird trying to not see Iron Man. But I think it would be really funny if he just never took off his mask.
I think that's the idea.
I mean, he probably will because it's got to be like
Yeah.
I still have that theory where Peter's gonna come face to face with Doom and his
feel
mask
like-
will come off.
I
and he'll
feel
be
like his
"Mr.
mask
Stark?"
will come off one time.
Probably. It'll be like in the Winter Soldier when Bucky's
Yeah.
mask fell off and he's like, who the
Yeah.
hell's Bucky? And then like
Like,
the rest of the movie.
But I
his mask
think
is
the idea
still
of
on.
casting RDJ is to have his voice
Yeah.
and maybe his face at one point.
And his like mannerisms.
Yeah.
Because Doom does kind of have
yeah.
big spectacle mannerisms
Yeah.
similar to Tony, but
like
they're
the-
more confined.
But the majority of the time Doom is in it, I feel like he's going to have his mask on.
yeah.
Because even though movies have to show the faces of big name celebrities, I feel like Marvel understands that, and they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna do that, but we're not gonna do that until like the most crucial moment, like in the Winter Soldier with Bucky.
Yeah.
I think Marvel casted RDJ for a reason, more than just it's a cash grab, because it's really not.
Yeah.
I think they actually have an idea for Doom with RDJ, and I think it's going to work out.
Well, I mean, it is
Great.
also the Russo brothers too, and they
Yeah,
did
exactly.
they did Thanos fantastic. So
Oh.
I have really high hopes for what Doom
Yeah.
is capable
They
of.
didn't just cast RDJ for shits and giggles. Like
There's a purpose.
They had a plan.
Yeah.
They have a plan.
It's gonna be story related. Like there's gonna be you're Tony, and he's gonna be like, who's that? And
Yeah.
like there
Like,
are
I
gonna
really-
be those references.
I
but
really do feel like that, and he's not playing Tony Stark.
no.
He's playing Victor Von Doom.
Victor.
And I feel like the idea is when he loses that mask in the movie, he loses it when Peter's around, when Spider-Man is around.
Yeah.
And he's going to see his face and he's going to go, "Mr. Stark, is that you?" And Victor's just like, who's Tony, or who's Mr. Stark? Like,
Yeah.
I am Doom, something like that.
I also hope that Doom has a line in the movie. It'll be corny as fuck, but again, it's based on comics. But you know how in Let There Be Carnage, at the end of the movie, when Carnage is on the top of the building, and he's like, "Let there be carnage," like that.
Oh yeah.
I hope there's a part where Doom is like, the only thing left after this battle will be Doom. Like something like that.
It's like in Morbius when he said it's Morbin time and Morb all over the
Oh,
place.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Or when in Madam Web when she said it's Webbin time and webbed all over the place.
Or when Craven said it's Craven time.
It's Craven time, yeah.
Yeah. I'm craving some Craven.
I'm craving some Dr. Pepper.
I don't have any left.
I know,
right
I
now
don't
for you,
either.
so- Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, no, and I know Doom's costume is going to be accurate. They've done
God,
really
yeah.
well with the
Are you
costume
kidding
so
me?
far. They have to keep
It was
that up.
accurate at Comic-Con, and it was a suit jacket.
Yeah, that's true. It was a plastic mask. that they got from, like, Spirit Halloween.
RDJ really walked in there with a green suit on with the Doom
Dude,
chain thing.
yeah,
and it looked so good.
And I don't know if you heard this, but I almost called him Sam. Jesus. Anthony Mackie did an interview recently,
Right.
where they asked him, they were like, "Did you see, like, were you there when they announced RDJ as Doom?" And he was like, "I was, but I didn't know RDJ was in the mask." He said that they had a giant van in the back of the building, and the doors opened, and it was like 30 Doctor Dooms came out of the van, like just all dressed already with the mask.
That's a genius
They all
way to
came
hide
in.
it.
And so when the mask came off, even everyone backstage, obviously except for Anthony Joe and Feige, they knew. But everyone else, even, people behind
Other celebrities
backstage,
in Marvel.
they didn't even know he was there.
Wow.
So this one lonesome Doom shows up and walks front center stage, and even everyone backstage was like, what the...
The way they
who's he
did it
gonna
with
be?
the 30 Dooms is genius because
Yeah.
that really helps hide it. Because you know how, because you can see when it's RDJ just the way he walks.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure he did like the Superman thing
Yeah.
where like when he has the glasses on, he like slouches a little
Yeah.
bit.
So
He
to
probably had
hide
like a
him-
weird walk.
Hide him in between a bunch of stand-ins. That's genius.
I think that was brilliant that they did that. So I guess we're on the topic of Sam, and we just watched Brave New World. What other characters are going to be in it? Like,
Obviously, Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think everyone that's already been in the MCU will be there. But do you think we'll get any new ones?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. To be honest, if we do get new ones, it's only going to be a few.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of the new ones are going to show up until Secret Wars.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
they'll more
probably
likely
accurate.
show up in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Like we might get a few new heroes,
Uh-huh.
but not everybody.
Yeah, and I know it'll be kind of annoying and like repetitive, but I feel like Doomsday is gonna end similarly to Infinity War, where at the end of Infinity War Thanos won,
Yeah.
and then the movie ends. I think Doomsday is gonna end with the incursion is about to happen, right? And Doom is fighting the Avengers, and then Doom will quote unquote get defeated, but then the incursion will immediately happen, and I think that's where the line. Like, oh, here comes Doom.
Yeah.
The incursion will happen, the whole screen will fade to black, and the credits will roll. And then in Secret Wars is where Battle World will happen. They'll be trying to fix the incursion, figuring out what's happening. All these
Yeah.
characters from different universes will start interacting together. I think that's how it's going to go.
This kind of brings me to a theory I have on First Steps.
Oh,
So
okay.
you know how they're saying that by the end of First Steps, it's most likely that their universe that they're in is going to be completely wiped out.
Yeah.
And they're going to end up in like 616 or something.
Mhm.
My theory is the ending of First Steps, where that does happen, isn't going to lead into something before that. It's going to lead directly into Doomsday.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Like it, or even Secret Wars. Like they might not even show up in Doomsday.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
If they don't even show up in Doomsday.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even think about that.
They probably will show up in Doomsday, but I mean,
I think
like,
at least Reed will show up.
I think the idea is like the incursion that happens that destroys that universe where they end up in 616
Mhm.
is going to happen and it's going to be like the end of Love and Thunder, or not Love and Thunder, Ragnarok. How it led straight into Infinity War. That's
yeah.
what's going to happen with the end of First Steps. It's
Yeah.
going to lead straight into Doomsday.
And then like the opening scene of Doomsday will be the like connective tissue to First Steps where
Yeah.
it picks up right there.
which it starts showing the incursions happening everywhere, and it starts with that universe.
Yep.
They end up in 616.
Yeah,
They
no,
know.
that would be
And and around the same time, of course, you get like Doctor Strange coming back with Clea about the whole incursion
Yep.
thing. So that's when they start building the Avengers,
yeah.
or rebuilding the Avengers.
And that's where we could get some cameos.
Yeah,
I don't know what cameos we would get. I mean, maybe Channing Tatum Gambit again, Wesley Snipes Blade,
probably get Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds probably.
Yeah, because
But-
it could show that universe
Yeah.
getting ripped apart too. What's that? 1008, 1006.
Yeah, 10006 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember. But that also leads me to my first question. We'll finally figure out why Thor cry in Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right, I need to get this off my chest because I haven't said anything about this yet.
Oh shit.
Everybody has been on this whole thing about the scene in Deadpool and Wolverine where it shows Thor crying and he's crying at Wade dying. Isn't that just a fucking clip from the Dark World, but with Deadpool over?
Yes,
like,
it is.
CGI'd over Loki.
Yeah, but why do that and not go anywhere with it? I mean, it's Deadpool. It could just be a one-off joke.
That's what I mean. I think it was a one-off joke.
one-off
I don't
joke?
think it meant anything.
You think it was kind of like a jab
Yeah,
at like
I think it was just a jab at the Dark World or whatever.
being bad?
Yeah, and I think it was just a one-off joke. I don't think there is a why Thor cry question here.
Okay.
I really don't.
I accept that answer.
I really do not think that there is any that scene, that moment is relevant anymore. I don't think it ever was, and I don't think it ever will be.
I love how passionate you are about it.
Well,
We've never talked about this.
It's because everybody started talking. Like,
yeah,
so
look, you're right.
When Deadpool and Wolverine first came out, when I was on scrolling through Reddit, literally every other post on Marvel was, "Oh, I wonder what the scene about Thor crying at Deadpool meant. Oh, what do you think it means?" It doesn't mean anything. It means that it was a fucking joke. It's not relevant. It was just there one time, and that's it. There is nothing else about it involved here. There is no. So the question of why is Thor crying in the scene should not even be asked, because it's just it's irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant. It was just Ryan Reynolds being typical Ryan Reynolds fashion.
You good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good now. But seriously,
You guys so heated with that, I had to take my hoodie off.
Literally, it's just because everybody was asking the question,
Yeah.
and it was just like, bro, there's nothing here about it.
No,
Just leave it alone.
I think you could very much be right, because I didn't even think about that.
No, I really
it
do
could just
think
be a one-off
it's just
joke.
a one-off joke. It's just Ryan Reynolds being Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. No, you could be very right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't go anywhere with it.
He could have made that scene, like, he could have photoshopped, he could have CGI'd himself over Willem Dafoe in American Psycho or something. He could have done anything.
Yeah. No, that's true. No, you're right. I didn't even think about it that way, but that's a good... I'm glad I brought that up then.
There is literally no relevance to that scene at all. It was just a one-off joke.
Because I've never heard you talk about that scene like that.
But I will say, if I'm not saying it's going to happen, because it probably won't, because again, my theory still stands. But when we go see Doomsday or Secret Wars, and that scene does happen, I will actually be surprised.
Okay. But if it does happen, why do you think Thor's crying?
Well, I just maybe became friends with Wade or something, and then Wade's just like...
Like about to die?
Yeah.
So you think it's just an emotional thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I really think there is absolutely no relevance to that scene at all. I think it was just a one-off thing, and they're never going to touch on it again.
Could be.
And which would be really funny, because if they don't, there's going to be those same people asking, "Bro, why didn't they even touch on that scene?" Like,
oh, yeah.
We still want to know why Thor was crying. Because it's not relevant. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm glad you asked that, because I thought I told you. I thought I discussed this with you, but apparently I didn't.
No, you didn't.
No.
At least not that passionately.
There is no relevance to that whatsoever.
That's crazy. No, I like that. I'm glad I asked that question.
Yeah, there's nothing about it. I think it was just...
you're probably not the only one that thinks that either. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. Coach Chris might agree with you with that.
He probably would. I could see him agreeing with
it. Yeah, he would agree with you on that.
But, like, seriously, though, like, it's a scene from the Dark World. We all know this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the scene where Loki dies in the Dark World.
It's okay, buddy.
So Deadpool is just... I keep saying Photoshop. Is just CGI'd over Loki.
Yeah.
But,
okay, buddy.
Because it was in a TVA, so it's the universe thing.
Yeah.
So that's my stance on that. It's just a one-off scene. It's just a joke, just a jab at the Dark World. They are never going to touch on that again.
Okay. It's okay.
Why Josh cry?
Why Josh cry? Now that is something we'll never get an
answer to that question.
What do you think the runtimes will be? Because we were talking about this a little bit earlier by ourselves. I think they're going to be close to 3 hours again.
They could be.
I think these are movies that you kind of have to, especially since we don't know Doom yet, and he's like the big bad. We have to have enough time with him to know why he's so evil.
I feel like Doomsday will be about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly. I feel like Doomsday won't. I feel like Doomsday won't surpass Endgame in length.
Okay.
I feel like Doomsday will be like 2 hours and maybe 55 minutes.
Okay.
Secret Wars, on the other hand,
you think
I could see them pulling a Brutalist on the runtime.
Oh, go 3.5 hours.
We're talking like 200 plus minutes here.
I honestly think people would like that, though.
Yeah, we're talking like 210 minutes at least.
Wow.
That's 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
You throw a 15-minute intermission in there too.
Yeah. Why not? No, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Could be possible. Excuse me. Are there any characters you want to meet each other and kind of like fight each other?
Kind of fight each other?
Yeah, so like, in Endgame, right? The two Caps fought because they thought the one was Loki. Like a fight like that. Like it doesn't have to be two characters of the same, but like, do you want to see like Chris Evans Human Torch go off against Joseph Quinn Human Torch, or do you want to see like Tom Holland Spider-Man go up against Eben Moss Bacharach Thing? Like just two characters that you want to see duke it out.
Honestly, it would be really cool. Eben Moss Bacharach's Thing with Hughes Wolverine.
That would be
Throwing
cool.
him.
Oh, the fastball shuffle.
Fastball shuffle.
Oh, that would be cool. It would be cool if.
But you get the short, the one that they showed where he's real like he's comic accurate height.
Yeah.
You get that Wolverine.
Oh,
played by
like
Hugh
the
Jackman.
the little
Played by Hugh
one.
Jackman with his face over it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get that Wolverine being thrown by Eben
Oh
Moss
man,
Bacharach's
that would
Thing.
be such a
Or
comic book
any
thing.
of the things. Michael Chiklis' thing.
Yeah.
Even Jamie Bell's thing. I
Yeah.
would love to see just a thing.
Yep.
I would also like to see a Reed fight off the Maker.
That would be cool.
I mean, I have a theory that we're getting the Maker.
Yeah,
And I think we're getting the Maker, and I think the Maker's going to be played by Miles Teller.
probably.
I mean, that Reed in Fant Four Stick is definitely Maker worthy.
Yeah, we talked about this with Brian, that his Reed has the means and the purpose
Yeah.
to
'Cause
become
aren't
the
they
Maker.
based on the Ultimate versions?
That I don't know.
I think they are, and I think the Ultimate version does become the Maker.
Yeah, but
I'd
yeah.
love to see Jean Griffith's Reed and Pedro's Reed,
Mm-hmm.
talking or fighting Miles' Maker.
That would be very cool.
That
would be awesome.
And I'd love to see. The one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing every Doom together.
Yes. Oh yes.
I'm talking Julian's Doom. I'm talking. even Toby Kebbell's Doom.
Yeah.
And
He could be there.
and RDJ.
He can. I guess.
Or
he could be a
other random castings of Doom that you would put.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like anybody you would think, like a Mads Mikkelsen Doom.
Ooh.
Or something,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy. Doom.
Cillian Murphy Doom. Yeah.
Yep. No, that would be awesome. That would be sick.
No, I know one.
What? Uh-oh.
Superior Iron Man. Tom Cruise's Superior Iron Man. Going off against. I don't want to say an Iron Man.
You want to say, like, a version?
Yeah. Just think about RDJ versus Tom Cruise.
That would be cool. That'd be pretty cool. Because also they've kind of fought for the role a little bit.
Yeah.
Back when the movie was being made. So it would be kind of like a meta joke at the same time.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. I kind of want to see...
Or here's another one. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man against Willem Dafoe's Goblin.
That would be fucking craziness. That would be crazy town. Because I don't know... I mean, Toby's Spider-Man is the strongest of the three.
Oh, God, yeah.
But I think Andrew's... I think he's more agile. He might be the most agile of the three. So I think him going against a Willem Dafoe would be...
Literally, I would love to see just about any combination. Because you can get so many.
Oh, the possibilities are fucking endless.
Yeah.
I'd maybe like to see... I want to see Groot, like Alpha Groot from end of Volume 3, go up against, like, Thing.
Ooh,
Or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Or even... it'd be so funny if we saw a little version of Rocket, like, stealing Herbie. Like, not trying to kill him, just trying to steal him. Because he's like, I need this technology.
How much for the robot?
Yeah, how much for the robot?
That's a good idea.
That would be kind of funny. Yeah. Or even, I want to give one more crazy one. I want to get...
Again, you could just really do anybody, because the possibilities are endless.
I want to see Hydra Cap. Just in general, but if he had to fight someone, I want to see him fight...
Bucky?
That would be wild.
Hydra Cap versus Bucky? That would be
A
something.
reformed Hydra agent Bucky? Hell yeah. Okay, you hooked me.
I'm
I
talking
want
about,
that.
like, our Bucky. Our MCU
Yes,
Bucky.
normal
Against
Bucky.
Hydra Cap, played by Chris Evans.
Oh yeah.
So Bucky is it's kind of like the Spider-Man Doom thing.
Yeah.
Bucky sees Steve
Conflicted.
and he gets confused and conflicted because this Steve is Hydra based.
Yeah. Which
And
Bucky
then-
used to be Hydra based.
Then they fight it off.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
That would be fucking cool.
That's late epic. I love that. All right. Now, believe that Doomsday and Secret Wars, they kind of have to lead us into the next saga of Marvel, which has been confirmed to be the Mutant Saga. So now we're kind of getting away from Doomsday and Secret Wars, but it is something I want to talk about. So do you think it will set up an X-Men team?
I think it will, but it's not going to be like an X-Men team that we know.
It's going to be brand new.
I feel like if they're going to do an X-Men team for the Mutant Saga, it's going to be based on the original comics team. Like, there's no Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no... Who else wasn't there that was in the first movie that isn't actually there? I think some of the originals are like Cyclops.
Yeah, Beast, Jean, I think. Angel.
Angel, yeah. But,
Angel's
like,
there.
Wolverine isn't there.
Yeah. They don't show up till later.
Rogue isn't there.
Yeah.
Gambit's not there. You know, like,
Mm-hmm.
the people you would expect to see in an X-Men team, like you saw in X-Men 2000, aren't there.
Yeah.
Maybe Cyclops. Maybe, Cyclops, Jean, Charles, Angel,
Yeah.
They're there.
Yeah.
But I think if they're going to do a Mutant Saga team, it's going to be, like, the first incarnation from the comics.
That makes sense. That would make sense.
No Wolverine, because, I mean, they got Jackman's Wolverine.
Yeah.
They're probably going to use Jackman's Wolverine for something, but it's not going to be part of that team.
Yeah. That actually makes me think in Doomsday or Secret Wars, we could get the OG6 Avengers, like Hulk, Thor, Cap, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Black Widow.
Yeah.
Versus a different universe's Avengers, but it's the original from the comics, like Wasp and Cap and Hulk.
That's right.
Like the original, and Ant-Man. Like 6 and 6, but it's like our MCU 6 and then comic book 6.
Yeah, that's right. The Avengers team was really different.
Oh, completely different.
Nah,
Even going back to the X-Men, Iceman was one of the first in them.
You know what I would like too, but I know we'll never get because they're never going to adapt this character into the movies because they already haven't. Like a multiverse team, a multiverse combo of our Guardians team, like the modern comics Guardians team, which is the one in the movies, and the original comic Guardians team. Now we got most of them, in Guardians 2, but we're missing one, and it's a character I talk about all the time because it's one of my dream roles to play.
Go ahead,
even though that'll never happen.
Go off, King.
But it's Vance Astro, who later becomes, what do they call him? Major Victory, I think. He gets Cap's shield at one point. And, the multiverse would make a lot of sense for him to acquire it. But they haven't adapted him yet.
I know.
I don't know why. They adapted. They got everybody else from the OG Guardians team. Stakar, they got Alita O'Gord, they got everybody else.
Yeah.
But they didn't get Vance yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I don't know if they just don't know how to adapt him for the movies, or if they don't, because he's a very complicated character. Because he's young, he starts out young, he goes to space when he's really young, goes on a 1,000-year mission, finally gets there, because they're going to colonize planets.
Yeah.
Goes off on his 1,000-year journey, in and out of cryosleep, like passengers. Finally gets there after so many years, and they say, well, we in the time you were on your way, we perfected something quicker and better and faster, and we've already been here. We've been here for like hundreds of years already. So he basically went on a mission for no purpose.
Yeah.
So then he meets up. He meets up. Actually, in the comics, it's him and Yondu that form the original Guardians team. Now, of course, Yondu was adapted differently in the movies. But they start that whole team. And eventually, Vance gets thrown through time and back and forth through time. He teams up with the new Guardians at one point, which would have been a great concept for a Guardians movie with this team. Him coming through time and stuff like that. But then there's also a parallel timeline version of him where he's a kid, he's like a young kid. He sees him in that timeline because, he's passing through and shit. Well, he went back in time.
Yeah.
They went back in time at one point, and he sees his younger self, and he tells his younger self, "Don't go to space. Don't go to space. It's not worth it. Stay here." It doesn't create a what do they call that?
What, a branch timeline?
It creates a branch timeline,
Yeah.
basically. It's not like a changing the past thing. It's you've created a branch timeline like that. So now you have Vance Astro, the older one, and then you have his other younger counterpart that stays on Earth and becomes a hero in his own right. Because Vance is a mutant, by the way.
Yeah.
He's got. I think it's telekinesis. Is it telekinesis?
Telepathy?
No, it's
Is it
it's not telepathy.
He can move objects?
I think it's telekinesis. I gotta look it up now. But anyway, the idea is he's a mutant. There's two versions of him. Flight, telekinesis, and psionics. So there's two versions of him, two different heroes. The younger version is actually becomes friends with Ben Grimm, which is why I said I don't know why they haven't adapted him yet, because we're getting Ben right here.
Yeah. And we had the Guardians already, so it would have been nice to have it all.
Plus Vance is also Jewish, like Ben. So I think they live in the same neighborhood. Like in the Yancey Street neighborhood. I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
But they haven't adapted him yet. I don't know why. I've been going on for this for like 5 minutes.
That's fine. You've had 2 rants.
I don't know if they just don't know who to like have play him, or if they just straight up don't know how to adapt him for the movies.
It might be that part. But also, they kind of did a little bit of it.
I think they just didn't know then when they had the rest of the OG team, so they just left him out entirely. I think they're trying to find because they won't adapt a character if they don't think the character is ready to be adapted yet.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? We're still getting a Nova series.
Yeah.
So he could show up in
I
that.
mean, think about how long it took them to give us, like, big comic characters. Like, think about how long it's taken them to give us another Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
Think about how long think about how long it took them to give us Adam Warlock and the Guardians.
That's also true.
You know?
Yeah. They
Like,
set that up for
they
a while
know,
ago.
like Kevin Feige is, like, really smart about knowing when the right time or right movie to adapt a character is.
Yeah.
And I now that I think about it, I don't think Vance's time has come yet. It may come in the Mutant Saga.
Who knows?
It very well could.
Yeah. Do you know whose time needs to come in the Mutant Saga?
Banshee.
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 Me.
You?
That's who I want to play.
For those who don't know, Banshee's real name in the comics is Sean Cassidy, which
And
is sitting right next to
That's
him.
me. He's also Irish.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Irish.
Oh, yeah.
He screams. I'm very loud.
Yeah, I know.
It just all works. But Banshee's another complicated character just because he can't seem to stay alive. He dies like 100 times, but keeps getting resurrected by this demon. And also Apocalypse because he's a 4 horseman for a short time.
I feel like they would adapt. Obviously Banshee, but Vance too. I feel like they're gonna come in the Mutant Saga.
I hope so.
I feel like they will because they're both mutants technically.
Yeah. Not technically, biologically.
Yeah.
Accurately.
Biologically.
Legitimately. They are X-Men.
So
they are
I just think
mutants. Well, not X-Men, but
they're waiting
mutants.
for the right time.
Yeah.
to
And
adapt certain characters.
Banshee actually, I think he starts off as a villain first.
Oh shit.
And then Professor X kind of tells him, hey, you don't have to be that way.
They
You
can make
come
him
with
a
us.
villain of like the OG team
Yeah.
when they first formed the X-Men.
Yeah, Banshee's a cool character that I want to play.
I mean, because now in Brave New World they've introduced us to adamantium, so
yeah. Yep.
it's only a
then-
matter of time before they start giving us adamantium characters like Wolverine. But they
Till
might
he's
wait for that.
90.
Till he's 90.
No, but that I'm very excited for all of this. Staying on the X-Men thing, because this is kind of where this episode's going. So it's
It's gonna
kind
be
of
a long episode because I just spent the last like 5 minutes talking about one thing.
That's fine. Yeah, so we kind of went through the Doomsday thing, but then now I want to talk about repercussions of what that's going to lead to.
Okay.
Which the repercussions, like again, kind of has to set up the Mutant Saga, right? So let's talk a little bit about what we want for the Mutant Saga going forward after Doomsday. Because again, well, not Doomsday, Secret Wars, because that's after, but so Secret Wars has to lead into the Mutant Saga.
Right.
So we're going to talk about mutant stuff now. Who do you... And also, they recently came out, they're going to have a Mutant Academy show.
Are they
on
really?
Disney Plus? Yeah.
No kidding.
So it's going to be like... it's going to be like a... Like, imagine The Breakfast Club, but it's like a TV show length.
Okay.
Right? Or like a Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World kind of thing, where it's a high school show, and you follow these kids. It's going to be similar to that, but they're mutants, and they have powers, and Professor X is there, and all these guys. So that'll be cool. Who do you think is going to be the first villain for the Mutant Saga? Because I said Apocalypse, but I don't know if you start with Apocalypse.
I don't think you start with Apocalypse or even Magneto.
Yeah, I don't think Magneto should be the big bad.
I think Magneto will be there, but he won't be like really involved that much.
Yeah.
Like he'll be there as like, you know, in Magneto fashion, but he won't be the villain.
Yeah. So I'm thinking they got to start off kind of small, right? But also
They might not even. They might even do a thing where they make Magneto appear in like a post-credit scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't show up through the movie, and then in the post-credit scene you see like his helmet or something.
that would be cool. Oh man, I'm so excited for the X-Men costumes because we were talking about comic accurate suits with Doomsday or with Doom. Man, the X-Men costumes are so fucking awesome. I can't wait to see them adapted in live action
What would you
properly.
rather have? Yellow spandex?
Yes, I would
Yeah,
actually.
I would, too.
I would.
Well, we got it in Deadpool and Wolverine, so
Yeah, we got a taste of it.
I forgot how good that was.
Yeah, seeing it for the first time.
Wolverine?
Yeah, so whoever the villain is, do they have to be bigger than Doom? Because you kind of have to keep escalating it, but also for a new saga introducing all these new characters,
No,
you
they-
can kind of start off.
They
a
don't
little
have
slow.
to make it big. They can have a big villain make one-off appearances like they did with Thanos.
Mhm.
See, that's the thing. Phase 1 with the villains, they did really well.
Yeah.
Because they had the greater threat of Thanos slowly make his way in, slowly make his way to becoming the big bad of the franchise.
Yeah.
They were doing okay when they had Kang, and then the whole Jonathan Majors thing happened, so they changed
Yeah.
it to Doom.
Oops.
But the Doom thing can still work. They can still salvage that.
Yeah. They
You know,
just have to
especially
really
if
do
they
it right.
especially if they do the thing where they open Doomsday by killing off every Kang in the universe.
Yeah. The first time we see Doom has to be
It
no
has to
matter
be
what
him.
movie it is. No matter what movie, end credit scene, one quick cameo, something, the only thing it has to do is show how threatening he is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't do that in your first scene,
Yeah.
everyone's gonna be like, well then what's the fucking point?
Yeah. And
You
I
know?
said this before. I don't know if I said it on here. I said it to you, but I don't know if I said it on here, but I'll say it anyway. I feel like if they're gonna do Doom right to show how like truly bad he is, they have to do it similar to how they got our first real look at Thanos when they opened Infinity War.
Yeah, we've talked about that a few times on here.
Yeah. I'm
But-
talking they open it up with the Council of Kangs. Doom comes in and just wipes the floor
Yep.
with every single one of them.
Yeah. Because that'll show you how threatening he
Yeah.
is. But also, on the back end of that, a lot of people still don't think Kang's all that threatening because we didn't see a lot of him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, go back to Loki season 1 and 2, He Who Remains. He was pretty powerful mentally.
He
but
He Who
he's-
Remains is the best version of Kang they've adapted.
Oh,
yet.
yeah. And then Quantumania, that showed the physicality of him,
Yeah.
but it wasn't really all that threatening. I mean,
But we still got, we got a lot of important Kang variants. We got
Yeah.
Centurion, right?
Mhm.
We got Ramatut. We got, I forget the other one now. But we've gotten a good glimpse at the multiple versions of Kang that can be bad.
Mhm.
But to have Doom come in and just wipe the floor and take every single one of them out, even the more powerful ones like Physical Kang the Conqueror or Ramatut or Centurion, you know, just take them, every single one of them out.
yeah, get him out of there. But
That would be a hell of a start for Doom.
it would be crazy.
And I feel like that would be perfect to open Doomsday.
I think that's how they have to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, they have to have some sort of end credit scene in Fantastic Four or whatever movie comes out before Doomsday. Some sort of end credit scene to kind of give us a little taste of not even just like him as a threat, but like what is Downey gonna do with the character?
Yeah.
Just to introduce us to him, how he's gonna feel, if it's strong enough to last for like a 3-hour movie. And then the biggest scene we get next would be him being very threatening.
Yeah.
But
Now I have a question I just thought about.
what was
I've seen this recently. I forget who said it, but somebody was talking about, and I don't know if it was going to be in the end of First Steps or like somewhere in Doomsday about the Illuminati showing up again.
Oh yeah, I did hear something about that.
Who do you think would be in this team? Because obviously it's not the 838 Illuminati.
Yeah.
They're dead. They're gone.
Yeah.
Who do you think would show up in this version of the Illuminati, and what universe do you think they would be a part of? Would it be a 616 Illuminati? Would it be
Those are good questions.
a different
I'm
universe?
trying to remember who they already gave us for the Illuminati. I think
Well, they already gave us Reed,
they gave us Reed,
Reed,
Professor
Charles,
X, Captain Carter,
Captain Carter,
Monica. No.
Maria.
Yeah, Maria.
Maria's Captain Marvel. They gave us Black Bolt
Black Bolt, and Mordo.
and Mordo. Yes.
So for this one, I think they're going to go a little bit more comic booky with it, right?
Yeah.
So I think a version of Iron Man will be there.
Particularly what? Superior Iron Man, maybe?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It would be great if it would be Superior Iron Man, and it could be Tom Cruise. It could be Glenn Powell. I don't care. So Iron Man has to be there. I think a version or the MCU universe, Namor will be there
Yeah, that's
because
right.
he's from the original team.
Namor, yep.
Honestly, if we want to bring him back, I think Michael B. Jordan Black Panther would be cool. Because then he gets to play Black Panther and he's in the Illuminati,
Yeah.
right? So we get both of ends.
Bit of both.
Strange, I don't know if he would be part of it. Just because he's already met the Illuminati, so I don't know if he would be like, oh, we need something like that in our universe, or if he would be like, no, they kind of sucked
You
because
think
they
they'll
all
give us
died.
Black Bolt again? A different version? Because obviously it was a different version than the one from Inhumans
Yeah,
that was in Multiverse of Madness.
I don't know. I don't know if they'd give us Black Bolt again. I don't think they really want to give us any more of I don't think if they're gonna do the Illuminati again, I don't think they're gonna redo the same characters.
Yeah, because you don't think we'd get another Reed,
I
do
think no, I don't think so. I think we will get another version of Professor X though, because he's part of the original team from the
Yeah.
comics. So a version of him, not Patrick. Please leave that man
Give us
alone.
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Give us James McAvoy's Professor X on the
There
team.
you go.
Yeah.
And Professor X becomes the Maker at some point. James McAvoy Maker
No
would be cool.
shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good
James
idea.
McAvoy Maker would be fucking
Yeah.
sick.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Professor X became the Maker at one point.
Yeah.
How about that?
So that'd be cool. And that's 4. If I had to give one more guess to who would be part of that Illuminati team, I don't know. It's got to be somebody that's like, you know, got to be.
You gotta be nah.
You
No, I
gotta
thought it was
I don't know. I don't know who would be that last person.
Who else is a member of the Illuminati that we haven't thought about?
Well, I think the original team was Iron Man, Professor X, Reed, Strange,
Namor.
Black Bolt, Namor, and Panther. No, Panther wasn't part of it.
He was.
Namor
but
was.
He was, but kind of in and out.
Yeah, he was in and out of
If
it.
you're talking about the main 6, it was Reed, Professor X, Namor, Iron Man, Strange, and
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I'll throw Black Bolt in there. I like Black Bolt.
I do too.
I do think that he is a cool character. I think the Inhumans as a whole are very interesting. They just kind of, you know...
They kind of botched.
Yeah,
their
they fucked them
attempt.
up with the TV show. But I think after Multiverse of Madness, setting up Black Bolt again, I think it does make people be like, oh, okay, so they kind of
'cause
can
the
do
guy
it.
that plays Black Bolt is actually pretty good at it.
Oh, dude, he's...
I mean, yeah, he doesn't talk, but
Fantastic.
he's good at being able to not talk
Yeah.
and use the voice for, you know, certain things.
And he's got to be menacing and have that presence about him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I could see another version of Black Bolt, maybe. Maybe. It depends on how crazy they want to get with it. Because if they bring in Black Bolt again, they have to start doing Inhumans. You can't just bring in Black Bolt twice and not do anything else with the Inhumans.
I think they're just... it's probably why they won't do it is because they've already attempted Inhumans once and completely failed at it.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to not do that right now.
Ooh, maybe instead of Black Bolt, they get Lockjaw, the giant dog, telepathic dog. Because I mean, you can just give us Lockjaw, and everyone would just be like, oh, a cute giant dog that's got mind powers, and nobody will be like, oh, he's an Inhuman, unless you're like a deep Marvel fan.
Yeah.
You'll know, but any regular audience member will be like, look at the giant dog, look at it.
Look at the giant dog, look at the giant canine, look at the giant dog, look at the giant canine. I've lost my mind.
Yeah, you are.
It's only 8:30.
Starting a party early.
Okay. I mean, that's all the stuff I have for Doomsday. I mean, I have written down what the X-Men team would be, but you kind of already went over yours.
Yeah, what did you write?
Yeah, I wrote down a couple. I wrote down, I mean, Professor X has to be there, right? Because he is the leader.
Yeah.
He's the mutant. I have Cyclops. But if you have Cyclops, you have to have Jean Grey to complete their whole story, right? To get Nathan Summers and then get Bastion to get all of that and Apocalypse and blah, blah, blah. Next, I have Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Right, Jubilee, I feel like they would adapt live action finally. Nightcrawler, maybe.
Nightcrawler.
A version of Gambit. It won't be Channing Tatum.
Yeah, it won't be. They'll get him in it at some point, like for Doomsday or something.
But I don't think he'll be... Because this is...
See, this is a good opportunity to use the Taylor Kitsch version.
Yes, there you go. I'm thinking, like, after Secret Wars, right, it sets up Mutant Saga. So what would be the new 616 mutant team we're going to get? So these are the why I'm picking. Beast would be there. But I think Beast wouldn't be Big Blue and hairy. I think he would be, like, in the comics where he's, like, just a big guy.
Yeah.
Right. Banshee, just because, you know, hey, Marvel, call me. And call Josh.
Beast can change back, can he, or no? Is he like a thing?
See, in the X-Men movies, they kind of make it to where he can, but with a serum that he makes. But I think in the comics, he kind of just stays big and blue.
Now, here, actually, let me finish your list first.
Yeah, I have Rogue, who I think should be played by either Alexandra Daddario or, fuck. I had someone else. Oh, well. I put Wolverine, but I don't know if he'll be right out the gate. I think they'll lead up to Wolverine.
I think a lot of these people won't be right out of the gate.
Yeah, I think Professor X maybe, right? Because he is. Yeah. He's got to introduce us.
I think the original comic people will be, and then they'll work in other heroes later.
Yeah, I think Professor X, Cyclops, Jean, Jubilee, and Beast will be there first. I think they'll come out the gate, but then everyone else will slowly creep in. I also have Angel. I think Angel will show up, and Iceman. Because Iceman is a very, very, very powerful mutant.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get Storm right away. As much as people really want Storm, I don't think we're going to get Storm right away. She's in the same boat as Wolverine. We'll get her pretty quickly after we start, but we're not going to get her straight out the gate.
Yeah.
I don't think. Because she's such a big X-Men character that I think, like what you said earlier, they're not going to do the team from the movies we already got.
No, they're not going to do the X-Men 2000.
And if they do, it'll be like 2 or 3 of them, and it'll be a different cast.
I think it'll be closer to the comic first iteration in the comics.
Yeah, and I also think it's going to be similar to the show. Not 97 included, but like even the original 96 animated series.
Yeah.
I think every movie will introduce a handful of new mutants that the X-Men will go save and then bring to the school, right? And
that's when they'll start working in the bigger,
and then
other bigger mutants.
That's where we'll get our version of Colossus, and we'll get introduced to a Juggernaut version. Magneto will show up at some point. Like then we'll start getting these big ones. Yeah, Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Because I think what they did with the first phase was good, right? You introduce one member of the Avengers at a time, and then in the Avengers movie, that's where you introduce like Black Widow and Hawkeye, the characters that can't really hold their own movie. But even then, you sprinkled those characters out with Iron Man 2 and Thor, right? Hawkeye showed up in Thor, Black Widow, and Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
And then, then they all convened to the Avengers. And then even after that, Winter Soldier introduced us to Bucky and Sam, and then they showed up later. So I think that's how the X-Men are going to do it.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go back to the what is it? The blueprints from Phase 1, like the setting up of characters and stuff.
Now here, I have one more question too, and this involves the Mutant Saga also.
Okay.
And we've gotten an attempt to adapt this team for TV. I think they made a television pilot, and it didn't make it that far. You'll probably know what I'm talking about as soon as I bring it up.
You talking about what I think you're talking about?
We're getting... So, obviously, we have the Avengers, we have the Young Avengers, and we're going to have the New Avengers. We've discussed this, I think, in the last episode.
Yeah.
In the Mutant Saga, we get the X-Men, and I'm saying about them adapting, mutants, including Vance, finally. Mm-hmm. Vance is a member of the New Warriors.
Oh, okay. That's where you're going.
Do you think we'll get members of the New Warriors?
No, but here's why. I don't think we're going to get them as quickly as we think. I think they're going to be another team that will kind of, similar to,
Do you think we'll get... what I should say is, do you think we'll get those characters just showing up in throughout the Mutant Saga?
Yes.
Not as a team, but
Yeah.
just showing up in the
Yeah,
Mutant
I was going to
Saga.
say, I think they're going to be similar to how they ended Volume 3, where the original Guardians team, right, will break up. 2 of them or 3 of them will stay, right? So, the X-Men, right? Mm-hmm. The X-Men team will kind of slowly start. Just everyone is just kind of an X-Men, right? They won't be a specific team of 7. It'll just be all mutants are X-Men. And then, so I think a few of the mutants will break off and form their own New Warriors team.
Okay.
And kind of do that whole thing.
Because there aren't people in the X-Men team that are in the comic version of the New Warriors. As far as I'm concerned, 2 of them that I'm aware of are Vance / Justice, the kid one.
Yeah.
And Squirrel Girl.
Dude, we need a Squirrel Girl.
But everybody, the other ones that are in the team I don't think are members of the X-Men. Actually, I think Vance tried to be a member of the Avengers at one point.
That would make sense. You brought up a very good point.
I'm not saying do we get the New Warriors. I'm saying do we get members of the New Warriors starting to make their way into the franchise.
I'm going to say this.
With the Mutant Saga.
I forgot Squirrel Girl was part of them. I do think we are on our way to getting a live-action Squirrel Girl soon. And it actually makes me think that she will be the one to stop Doom. Because she did it before in the comics.
Really?
Yeah. She did it multiple times. And she messed up Thanos.
No shit.
Dude, and Galactus. But I think, nobody liked that version, so they fucked it. But she's very powerful.
I didn't know that.
She is one of the most powerful characters.
That's crazy.
In comics. So now... it's making me think, will we get live-action Squirrel Girl in Doomsday or Secret Wars, and she will be the reason Doom loses? Because she's done it in the comics. Plus, I think it would be really funny to see Squirrel Girl take out Doom, and then she could be all high and mighty. She's humble about it, but I think off the high horse of killing Doom would be the Avengers would be like, oh, come with us. The X-Men would be like, no, join our team. Everyone would want her on their team. And then she would be like, no, I work alone. And then she'd go off and be like, but I'm going to make my own squad called the New Warriors. Yeah. And she'll be the one that makes that.
And she'll recruit, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get the New Warriors then if we get Squirrel Girl.
I can see it.
Right?
Who's going to play her?
I mean, you have to either get Anna Kendrick or the AT&T girl that does her in
I
Marvel Rivals.
I honestly would... She plays her in the game?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, she's the voice of Squirrel Girl in Rivals, dog.
Oh, that just makes it even better because she played her in the pilot.
Yeah.
The one that was turned down?
Yeah.
She played Squirrel Girl in the pilot. Mm-hmm. And I've been dying to see her be that character.
And now she's in Rivals.
I didn't know she was the voice in Rivals. Bro. Oh, that just made her character even better now.
I know, right? Now you don't feel as bad when you get killed by a squirrel stampede, do you?
No.
Because you're like,
now that I know that it's the AT&T girl saying it.
Come on, give me that service. Come on. What are you doing? Yeah.
Bravo to... Oh, I thought you were talking about me clapping for you.
Oh. No.
I'm not going... Okay.
No, never mind. But yeah, I think you have to get the AT&T girl, or a lot of people want Anna Kendrick just because she's got that high-pitched, squeaky voice that she has.
Anna Kendrick would be their A-list go-to.
Yeah, but if they want to really give it to
but they don't need
someone
to do
that
an A-list
deserves
either.
it.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It's the one that was in the pilot that got rejected.
Hell yeah. Damn.
So maybe we will get that team.
I hope we get Squirrel Girl now.
Because
I love Squirrel Girl.
Because here's the thing. if we got a character like Vance
Mhm.
in the franchise,
Yeah.
at this point, there's no need to adapt the original. There's no need to adapt the Spaceman version, basically.
Yeah.
Major Victory. There's no... I mean, you can adapt him and have him show up. Like, it would kind of make a little bit of sense for him to show up in Secret Wars, since everybody's there, and he's supposed to have Cap's shield at one point.
Yeah.
So imagine him, like one of the Captain Americas gets knocked down or something, and he comes around, he gets the shield, he's got the Major Victory suit on.
Yeah.
So you get that glimpse for
That
people
scene,
that know
yeah.
him.
Mhm.
And then eventually it delves off to the younger parallel universe counterpart
Yeah.
that becomes a hero in his own right and becomes a member of the New Warriors.
Yeah. I could see it.
The street level version. There's the
Yes.
Spaceman version, Vance Astro / Major Victory. And then there's
Yeah.
the street level version, which is Vance Astro Vic, the real name, / Marvel Boy is his original name. And then he's later called Justice.
Okay. Yeah.
But I don't know if you ever looked him up, but you should look him up because his backstory is pretty intense.
I haven't looked him up, but I know you've showed me a bunch of like Marvel wiki
he's got
pages
a pretty
from
wild
him.
backstory.
Yeah, I
Especially
know
starting
what
with the
you
whole
tell
thing
me.
about his other self being like, bro,
don't
go to
do it.
space. And it just creates a whole nother
It's
character.
very interstellar.
This is Interstellar. All right.
What else? I was gonna
But
say.
I'm done talking. I gotta stop talking about that
Yeah,
character.
Vance. Yeah.
Otherwise, I could go on
We
for
get
a
it.
whole hour about it.
Look, but hey, Marvel, if you're looking for someone, this guy.
If you're looking
This
for
guy
people
would do
to,
it.
to play Banshee and Vance / Justice, or even both of them,
Yeah,
look to us. We're
Yeah,
your
man.
guys.
we're right here.
Maybe
We're
by the
so
time they
down.
do it, we'll be famous enough, and then they'll.
I hope so, dude. Because when I told Brian that I was like, "Oh, I have to play Banshee," and he was like, "Why?" I was like, "Bro, what's Banshee's name?" He was like, "Banshee." I was like, "No, no, no." His-
the Banshee.
Yeah. I was like, no, no.
Banshee, idiot.
I was like, no. His real name. He was like, oh, I don't actually know. So I Marvel wiki paged it, right?
Yeah.
And I showed him, and it said Sean Cassidy, and he was like, bro, no, we gotta get you in there. You gotta
Yeah,
play him.
right.
You gotta do it. And I was like, see, so Marvel, call us, Feige, anyone, whoever does that stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Call us. We're down. We're Marvel nerds. We know what we're doing. We do a little bit of acting.
We know our characters when we see them.
Yeah,
We've done our research.
I took some acting classes in high school. He did theater when he was younger.
I did theater. We know what we're
So
doing.
we're good. We got it.
And like I said, maybe we'll be famous enough by the time that comes around.
Guys, help us get there. That's
Yeah,
our
help.
dream. If you get us there, everything we want, we will give you will be free. We will sell merch for free.
Oh yeah. Oh
we
God.
will we will do everything.
We'll get you into movie premieres. We promise.
Oh yeah, we'll remember you guys. We'll remember
Yeah.
where we started.
We'll pay for your flight to Los Angeles to go to
Yeah.
movie premieres.
Yeah. Fuck, there was something else I wanted to say, and then you got me excited with the Marvel casting
I
thing.
tend to do that.
Yeah. Fuck. It has something to do with Squirrel Girl when we were talking about her.
I still can't believe that that's her in the game. I didn't know that.
I know, right? It's crazy. We still have to make a whole episode about Marvel Rivals, but so Johnny and Ben just dropped in the game. So
Well, they dropped a while ago, but
Yeah, they dropped a little
as of
bit, but-
recording this, they dropped what? This week? past week?
Yeah, this past weekend. But yeah, so we'll make a whole episode about Marvel Rivals, but that's not here. But I think that's it for me.
That's it for me.
Yeah, we talked about
Because I gotta stop
A lot.
Stop talking.
yeah, we talked about a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Trying to think if there's anything else, but I think we're good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So we're
think
excited
so.
for Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Oh, I can't wait.
Hope they're good.
They will.
They gotta
I
be.
think they will be.
It's
the Russo
Russos.
brothers.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got this.
They got this. They
I
got
got
this.
My only issue, though, my worry is that while Doomsday probably will do well, right? I think Doomsday will make $1 billion, and then Secret Wars might make close to $1 billion. I don't know if they both will. But my issue is that a lot of people right now are still iffy with Marvel, especially with Brave New World recently. Audiences liked it, but critics didn't, right? And there's still a lot of fans are still up in the air about it. They're like it's very mid. Thunderbolts, a lot of people aren't all that excited about it. More people are excited now because they showed off Sentry and the Void
Yeah.
in the trailer recently.
Yeah. I think the saving grace for Marvel this year is going to be First Steps.
Yes, but
Well,
then
that's
again,
it's the saving grace, but it could also be like
the falling point.
the big killer.
If First Steps fails, Marvel's done. Doomsday is not a billion-dollar movie anymore, no matter how great it is.
Yeah.
Like, people are on the edge with Marvel. They're about to jump ship. If Superman outperforms Fantastic Four, Marvel's done.
Oh, I hope not.
Marvel is done.
As much as I'm hyped for Superman, I hope that doesn't happen.
I know. I hope they both receive the same amount of praise.
I do too.
I don't want one to outperform the other.
Yeah.
I want them both to be equal.
I think both will do very well, Superman and First Steps.
Yes, but man, I'm nervous. July is going to be the deciding month.
I have anxiety attacks all July.
Oh man, dude, we're going to look because Superman's first. If we come out of Superman ecstatic, I'm worried about First Steps. But then if First Steps comes out and we're very good on it, like same level as Superman, if we don't come out of the theater at the same hype level as Superman, I think Marvel's done.
I mean, that's why we can't get our hopes up either.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to get our hopes up and then be disappointed.
I mean, the same thing kind of happened with Multiverse of Madness, too. Like, people had their expectations so high that when none of their expectations were met, it fumbled.
Yeah.
So I think we all, as a community, as a fan
and it was
base,
kind of the same way with other Marvel that came out, like Love and Thunder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Even Deadpool and Wolverine almost upset people because it wasn't going to deliver. But then they gave us cameos we didn't even ask for. And
they really gave us Wesley Snipes' Blade.
Dude.
Nobody asked
Not
for
even that.
Nobody
Channing fucking Tatum.
Yeah.
I think he was the better cameo than Wesley Snipes.
Oh, he was the better cameo. Nobody expected Wesley Snipes to show up. Everybody thought he and Ryan Reynolds were like, they hated each other.
Jennifer Garner was the only one we knew was going to show up, and Daphne Keane. But that's just because they spoiled that one in the trailer, which I don't know why they did that. But yeah, so nervous but excited. And hopeful. So
yeah, me too.
So I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm lightheaded.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm lightheaded after my fucking "Why is Thor crying?" rant.
Yeah, man, I will
never emotionally recover. I will never emotionally recover from this.
I'll see you. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy. No, we're not done yet. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? What do you think? What are your theories and your predictions? Your thoughts? What are you hoping for in Doomsday? What are you hoping for in Secret Wars?
Yes.
Leave a comment here on the episode. Let us know. We're curious. We're genuinely curious to see what you might think would happen or who you might think show up. Anything involving Doomsday and Secret Wars.
And let us know what your dream X-Men team is.
Yeah.
Give us like 6 or 7 X-Men that you want on the team.
Yeah. And if anybody out there knows anybody that does casting, reach out to them or let us know give us their phone number.
Or they can email us.
Does anybody know Sarah Finn personally?
If you do, send her to the email. Yeah,
tell her to email us or we'll email her. Give us her email and we'll email her.
We can probably find it.
Audition tapes.
I'm gonna look it up now. I'm gonna look it up after this.
But
dude, we're getting in those.
Oh, we're getting it, for sure.
Dude, even if I don't play Banshee, if I get to play a pedestrian running from Doom's fucking long dick, I'm down.
If I get to go, and nobody's gonna see this. If I get to go in a movie, that'd be awesome.
He just did the meme of the black guy where he points backwards with his mouth wide open. That meme. That's the meme, right?
Yeah, but that's not what I did.
That's what you did.
I was just
pointing
up at the sky, going like it's a bird, it's a plane bullshit, you know?
Oh yeah. There you go.
Either way.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. Let us know what they are. And that does it for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it for this episode.
Tune in next week where we will be... That's the wrong app. Go away. Sorry. Next week we will be discussing the Oscars because the Oscars will come out by the time this episode's out. Yeah. Actually, that's this episode... Yeah, the Oscars happened 2 days ago based on this episode's release.
Yes.
And then, so get ready for the Oscars. We're going to see if any of our predictions were right from the previous episode.
Yeah, so tune in next week for our Oscar predictions.
No, Oscar discussion.
Or Oscar discussion, yeah.
Predictions was 2 weeks ago.
Yes. But, that'll do it for us. You know where to find us. Instagram at The Fongy Corporation.
Yes.
2Ps, of course, on Spotify.
Yes.
Go listen to Square Guy and the Predators.
Yes.
The group. Greatest Hits coming out very soon. We're in the midst of recording 2 new tracks exclusively for the Greatest Hits. So I shouldn't call it Greatest Hits. It's a best of.
Yeah. It's like a compilation
It's
of
it's a
new
best
stuff
of,
and old stuff.
Best of's coming out soon. We're just getting 2 new tracks ready. So be ready for that to come out.
Yep. Yeah, if you're...
As well as a few other surprises as far as our music release.
Yes. Pay attention to the social medias, and also... if you don't know anything about our music, it's very Lonely Island, Bo Burnham, Al Yankovic style stuff.
Now, if you're not into, I'm just gonna say this: if you're not into very like raunchy, kind of inappropriate music, then it might not be for you. But give it a listen anyway. You might find it funny. Yeah. We find it funny, but we're also weird, and a lot of our fans do find it. A lot of the people we know find it funny. But
I just realized I'm wearing my Rocket Raccoon socks.
Woo! Leg. But that'll do it for us. You know what? Again, you know where to find us. Instagram at The Fongy Corporation. Or you can email us at thefongycorporation@gmail.com. That's THEFONGY corporation@gmail.com. With that, I've been Josh.
I'm Sean.
And we'll see you next week.